Hello everyone, it's Dawn here, and today we're going to continue with our watercolour pencil series or demonstrations, and we're going to paint a silver birch tree. Now when you do this in pencil, you do have to paint the background or the scenery around it first, because this bit here is quite pale in places. So the main part of that tree is quite pale, so we do have to paint around it first. So we're going to go straight into it. We're not going to do a big one first and then do a little one into the scene. We're going to go straight into it, hopefully. So you will need 3 pencils. You will need a silvery grey pencil in whatever brand of pencils you're using. You will need your darkest brown, and you will need a fairly dark green for the foliage. But I'll explain what we need as we go along. So we're going to start with our silvery grey, and we're just going to shade up the tree fairly thickly, not too thickly. Use a medium pressure because we don't want to obliterate all the texture that we're going to be putting in with our dark brown, which will be what we do after we finish this bit. So one section at a time. We'll do this first. We'll worry about the branches in a minute. Well, we won't worry about them, but we'll do them in a minute. So we just cover this area, this trunk here. So we won't need that anymore. And then I'm going to use a fairly small brush because it's only a small painting. So you need a round brush for this, really. You could use a flat, but I find it easier to use a round. So whatever round brush you've got, you don't have to use your best brushes for watercolour pencils because most of the time you'll only be using a brush to apply water. You won't actually be using it to apply paint unless you're using a paper palette, which we'll get into another time. But then to put the characteristic marks for a tree like this, we are going to put them in like this for this silver birch tree. So these little marks at the bottom make it quite thick and dark at the bottom, and then we've got these lines, so they don't have to be too precise. So just gentle lines, gentle marks, horizontal marks at various places along, and then you can put a few spots if you want to. Don't overdo it, because it is quite good fun, and it's quite tempting to just keep going. But we're going to leave it at that, I think. And then we're going to carry on with this dark, and just put some light branches in. Nothing too detailed or too complicated, because we're going to be using our green in a minute to put the leaves in. In fact, I'm going to leave it no more complicated or structured than that, because that's how we do it for these. And then we're going to take another brush around, and we're going to be doing our stippling dry into wet, which if you've been with me before on this channel, well, you must be very familiar with by now. So we'll do it one section at a time, and we wet the area, we wet the branches, and then that's why we need a good dark brown, so that it will go over the top of our background. So we just keep doing that, and we're going to carry on, and we are going to finish this tree all in one go so that you can see it building up as we go along. So that's that little section done. Now when we do the middle bit, you don't have to worry about the trunk. It will wash out, but that's absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. Some bits will wash up, some bits will stay put. So that's okay. And you can carry on, just go over the stippling area or the trunk with this stippling action, because then you will see odd little bits of this wonderful texture and pattern of the tree trunk through the actual leaves, through the foliage. So that actually looks quite effective, especially when you're doing these silver birch trees. So we'll just finish off this little corner up here, and of course that will carry on out of the painting like that. And we'll just finish this little bit over in this corner, and in a fairly rapid space of time we have got a wonderful silver birch tree, and that looks absolutely fabulous in any painting if you wanted to brighten it up with a silver birch tree. Now if you wanted to see a little bit of these branches showing, just come down a bit, do a little dark mark there where it would come out, and just do that. But don't, if you're going to do one that side, don't have it opposite. Either have it further down or slightly higher up. I'm actually going to have mine a little bit further down, so just this mark where the branch comes out, and have it going up into the foliage like that. And I think we're going to leave it there because it is quite good fun to do this, and it's quite tempting just to keep going. but then you lose all of this texture if you do that. So we're going to leave it there, and you have a wonderful silver birch tree. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and this demonstration, and if you have, please give us the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel down below so that you never miss a video. And until tomorrow, have fun with your paintings, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon. Bye bye till then.